Atrial fibrillation, also known as AFib. What's going on, Secoya Nation? Today we're talking about atrial fibrillation. And if you want to have a strong heart, you stand with strong posture, said Kimosabi. No. So we had the great pleasure over the last few months of working with a beautiful human being named Rusty, and he's had some atrial fibrillation. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically when your heart feels like it pounds and stops and has these different movements, and you're like, what in the my heart? Also, people tend to deal with preventricular contractions, premature ventricular contractions, and I'll joke with Anissa here. I can say that really fast because I say that really fast. No, of course, that was the joke from the other day. Anyway, so, you know, many times people think that their heart is bad, or they worry about their heart being bad. What you want to consider is that there's a lot of information from the brainstem and other core life-sustaining functions in the brain that go to the heart that send messages, like the sinoatrial node and the other parts of the heart where it's like a signaling. Now, some people argue like your heart sends messages to your brain, and that's very true, and they definitely work together. But before you think you have a bad heart, step back and consider, if I've been labeled with AFib, let's take into consideration some of these points before we get there, okay? So first of all, it's like a fear from being expelled from the heart, like expelled from the house. So if you imagine you've ever been scared, you know, your heart might go, you know, things like that. It just kind of stresses itself out, okay? And so that's one potential underlying cause. And so if you like these videos, if you think about a topic you've been liking, or if you find these enlightening because it's a deeper meaning than just simply saying you have a diagnosis, then please share with your friends and family, comment below, let us know what you want us to talk about. We try to take things that are relevant to our participant population, but we also want, if you're not one of our participants, we want to make sure we're serving you at the highest level, so please do mention those as well. So back to your regularly scheduled program. So if you think about, you don't have the autonomy to be who you want to be. You can't enter through the front door, you have to enter through the back door. It's like you have to tiptoe around people's feelings or their opinions or whatever it might be, their attitudes. It could be their emotions, their mood, their body language. It's like your heart is going to change its rhythm when you're not in your power position, and you're not standing strong in your true and authentic self. And that results in your heart saying, well, you know, I'm overwhelmed by trying to be something for someone else, or not being who I want to be. As a result, then it changes the rhythm of your heart. And so that is a pretty common one. So that's kind of some of the stuff that Rusty's been dealing with, as far as not able to be his true and authentic self. And as a result, he doesn't have the freedom to, you know, be who he legitimately wants to be. You know, he's like bound by honor, bound by obligation to someone or something, like a relationship. I have to, the subconscious brain says I have to be this type of person in this type of relationship. You know, yesterday I mentioned about, you know, being watered down vanilla and like wearing a hat for this person and a hat for that person and acting this way for this person and that person. It's self-destructive. Trust me. Card-carrying member of the recovering vanilla crew, you know, as far as watering myself down and being everything to everybody. So it's also about how you permit people access into your life. The AFib is, of course. Do you trust them in sort of the front-facing, or, you know, are you very skeptical about them? Do they have to like earn your trust and things like that? Because that's like a guarded heart, okay? And so if you don't have trust in your heart and you don't trust yourself to know who you can trust, that's going to mess up your heart rhythm. So that's just kind of a understanding of how the brain and the heart are interconnected and how some of the stresses in life might be contributing to that. No one thing causes AFib, but I can guarantee you that these stressors are going to contribute to it. Now, not being hydrated, eating poorly, drinking a lot, alcohol, cigarettes, things like that. You know, lack of non-essential, you know, like amino acids like taurine and magnesium. These deficiencies can definitely affect your ability to have those signaling cells functioning at their optimal. But that's a whole other story. That's not what we're here. You could read about that on, you know, don't Google it. Don't go on Google. Go on Brave or DuckDuckGo or something like that. But these are like, can't be who you want to be. Try to be somebody for somebody else. Don't know if you can trust them. Feel compelled to be someone for somebody else. You know, fear of being expelled from the heart. These are like the things we talked about. So, you know, it's possible to change your lifestyle, to set boundaries in your relationships, to show up in a way that once you've defined yourself and who you want to be, you get to show up that way. So that AFib will calm down. You don't have to be constantly apologetic to everybody and everything for who you are. You just say, hey, this is me, take me or leave me, suck an egg if you don't like me, whatever you want to say. So, I'm gonna like that one. She likes when I say things like, old people talk, suck an egg. So, most people have come here and tried 12 different things, at least, and they thought they were supposed to fix their problem. But they realized that they were just trying to manage their conditions. So if you're tired of managing your condition and you want actually the truth and understanding how these things apply to your life and how we can help guide you through your lifestyle, then click the link below. I'm kidding, I don't know. Give us a call. So our website, secoyahealth.com, we're here to help you, support you, empower you, so you can have abundant happiness, unlimited healing, and things like that. And so we believe people can live medication free. We see it every day. We see people like Roger, who is all free of all his meds. He even came in today, he's like, I wasn't going to tell you this, but I stopped on my meds. Like, okay. Dr. Jessica's like, all right, Roger, Roger that, Roger. Anyway, so it can be done. We're not born with a drug dependency or drug deficiency, so you can live without them, okay? I don't know what your path looks like. Some people's results do not equal other people's results, whatever disclaimer you want to think about. You're a human being, you have to be treated like a human being, you need to be nurtured like a human being that's individual to you and specialized to you. So take a step out of labeling yourself with AFib or Lyme or cancer or whatever name you put on your shirt, hi, my name is, and say, hi, my name's Bob or Susie or Roger or Rusty or whoever we're talking about. So you can live your life. All right, so that'll end for tonight's segment. We appreciate your attention during the wellness wisdom. It's a mouthful. And I will see you tomorrow, next week. We don't know. We'll see you. Bye.